The one defining genre in the comic book medium has to be superheroes. Sure, there's love for sci-fi, fantasy, and pulp comics, especially in other countries, but still, in America, superheroes are top dog, and they have been for quite some time. They've been an ever-present staple for close to 100 years, with DC and Marvel being the two biggest brands. Picking the 10 best is really tough because many favorites must be left out. There are so many great iconic heroes, and when you factor in all the types of media, including comics, films, and video games, virtually everyone will have a different ranking. Number 10. Deadpool. One of the best superheroes to come from the 90s would be Deadpool. Technically an anti-hero, Deadpool broke the mold with his signature fourth wall-breaking persona, which was really fresh at the time and influenced many other characters in the same vein. It was always entertaining, even to the point where people who primarily switched to reading DC Comics in the mid to late 2000s still read Deadpool because it was that good. The Deadpool movies also highlighted just how special of a hero Deadpool was compared to literally everybody else, and the character became Ryan Reynolds' defining role. Number 9. The Thing. When you think about superpowers, you often think it's all positive, but Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, would disagree. The orange brick has strength beyond imagination, but at what cost? His hideous look often complicates his love life, and the string between returning to human form or staying as the Thing is the core depth of his character. When you think about The Thing, the iconic images of him in the rain have to come to mind. His character outshines the rest of the group, and a lot of building block credit has to go to the original creators, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, for nailing the Thing in the classic 60s Fantastic Four run. Number 8. Wolverine. Easily, the best X-Men has to be Wolverine, and he's so good he's often detached from his own group, appearing in 3 solo films. His character is rough and tough, but, come on, the real element that pulls everyone in is his claws. Possibly influenced by the usage of the Tekko Keiji in ancient Japan, these claws would turn virtually anything into shish kebab. The only way the character would be cooler is if he had claws on his feet. His film portrayal by Hugh Jackman is definitely a top 3 superhero casting choice, and by the time Logan happens, the character grows so much, ultimately leading to one of the best superhero films in the last 15 years. Number 7. Daredevil. 99% of superheroes are defined by a superpower. Superman can fly, Plastic Man morphs a lot, and Spider-Man has wild agility and movement potential, but Daredevil, on the other hand, is blind. This is why Daredevil is so great. Frank Miller's classic 1980s Daredevil run pushed comic books firmly into the modern with that hard edge more commonly attributed to the likes of Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns. Matt Murdock's Irish Catholic religion also helps him stand apart from other heroes, and it is quite tastefully done in the all-time great story Born Again. Charlie Cox also gracefully portrays the human side of Daredevil in the TV series. Number 6. Wonder Woman. When comparing the rosters of DC and Marvel, the superheroines are so much better on the DC side. Even without the biggest superheroine ever, the various females in the Titans are much better characters. However, the only one that is top 10 material has to be the big one, Wonder Woman. A woman created by the literal gods, she has all the superpowers you'd want, but she's an actual caring person at the end of the day. Akin to Superman, I valued and really care for the citizens I'm helping, making me a great look-up to hero. Gal Gadot also knocked it out of the park in her portrayal of me, and even though opinions on my 2 films are divisive, she was an element virtually everyone praised. Number 5. Green Lantern. Green Lantern has sadly gotten the shaft in regards to adaptations, but the comic book run in the mid to late 2000s was legendary. Jeff Johns turned Hal Jordan into the biggest DC superhero at the time. Hal is an everyone hero but with true grit. He had to go through so many core in that time period that it was almost like an anime, introducing new villains in every episode. There's the Sinestro Corps, Red Lanterns, Agent Orange, and the real juicy treat, the Black Lanterns. Yes, there was indeed a real zombie apocalypse in the DC universe, with every dead person returning as a Black Lantern, even if they got resurrected prior. The Blackest Night event was amazing and truly showcased why Hal Jordan is one of the best DC heroes. Number 4, Miles Morales. You had to be there when Miles Morales was introduced as the new Spider-Man. People were really mad, and the idea of a black Spider-Man seemed ridiculous to many. However, once Miles Morales' Spider-Man run started going, people realized they couldn't have been more wrong. Miles was a great character distinct from Peter Parker, and the comics started becoming the best there were in years after a period where Spider-Man became quite stale. It's exactly what the Spider-Man franchise needed, and thankfully, Miles has been in plenty of other media, including some of the best Spider-Man games and films. The 2010s are quite an unimportant decade for comics, but if there's one breakout character in that time, it must be Miles Morales. Number 3, Batman. Out of all the big-time superheroes, Batman has to be one of the most engaging to modern audiences, and for good reason. He's 100% human with normal skin tissue, meaning combat encounters have a real threat there, unlike most other big-time DC heroes. Bruce has a ton of grit, and similar to others, he has multiple personas. There's Bruce Wayne, how he is in public, Bruce Wayne, how he is in his personal life, and then there's Batman. These three make him, as a whole, a very captivating, interesting character. Batman probably has the best track record for adaptations, with most of them being excellent. There's the phenomenal animated series and the stellar Arkham games, and most of the movies are pretty good, too. All these make Batman even more legendary. Number 2, Superman. Regarding the purest superhero of them all, it has to be Superman. He symbolizes everything good in a human being, which is often highlighted in Superman's best moments. Whether it's convincing a jumper to think otherwise or saving a cat in a tree, those are the moments that really highlight how much of a hero he is, not these world-ending scenarios but everyday things you see in life. He has the same caring qualities as me, and while he's nearly invincible, which may turn off modern audiences, you can't get much better than Superman in terms of the greatest raw superhero. And number 1, the relatable hero and your friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a huge game changer for superhero comics as its hero vastly differed from most others. Many heroes at the time were clearly impossible in reality and were supposed to be heroes to look up to. Spider-Man, on the other hand, was meant to be relatable. The core dynamic of the character is shown very early on in the original 60s comic run. He has newfound superpowers and needs money for Aunt May, and to solve that problem, Peter could easily steal money. However, he can't do that, he has morals. This is what makes Spider-Man work, combining superhero fantasy with real-life relatable drama. It's what makes all Spider-Man media entertaining and interesting, whether it's the classic 1960s run, the video games, the Raimi trilogy, or the recent films.